Is your
Shah Rukh Khan Abu Dhabi Night Riders.
The fact that we are here in the DP World ILT20 for the first time, it's pretty historic moment for cricket in your country.
Well, absolutely. I think it's a game-changing moment. It's a life-changing moment for six of our players, and cannot thank enough DP World ILT20 and the Emirates Cricket Board for providing this opportunity to the associate players. I think it's a path-breaking moment, not just for Kuwait or the UAE, but for the entire region. And this is what dreams are all about.
And tell us a bit about today. How did it unfold for you? Was it to your expectations? How did you imagine it before when you were approaching? How would you sum it up?
So I think in terms of the selection of players, Kuwait was asked to submit as many as 30 players, especially in consideration of the fact that we just recently concluded our DP World ILT20 development tournament. From those 30 players, I think if I had, along with the high performance committee in Kuwait Cricket and our head coach, as many as 10 players who we thought would be selected, the six who have been picked are from those 10. But there are at least two players also, in our opinion, if not three, who have missed out. It's tough luck on them. But the way we are growing and the way we are pushing the boundaries, I think it's just a matter of time that they will also come through.
And tell us this development tournament that was held for the first time. How has it changed the way people see the game of cricket in Kuwait? How has it improved positively?
I think the leadership of Kuwait Cricket Board, led by our president, the Farman and the Kuwait board members, have been talking about the vision and showing these dreams to our players for a long time. And to make that tournament happen in the way we did, it was extremely professional. It was broadcasted. It enabled the players to showcase their skill at the highest level, give them the exposure, and they now believe that they can have a future in cricket while playing for the Kuwait national men's team, and it can be a way of complete living for them and not just a part-time job.
Sir, you must have seen the performance of all players which are selected today. So, on which player you are fully confident that he will change someone? Like he can take the team up.
Look, as a Director General of Kuwait Cricket, it's very tough for me to pick out one player. But I think there are some individuals who make themselves stand out because of the way they dedicate themselves to the game of cricket. So if I was to just pick one player out who has really stood tall in terms of his attitude, discipline, fitness, it will be Meet Bhavsar. He has been exceptional with his regime. But everyone else, Shafiq, Anudeep, Captain Aslam, Adnan Idris, and Bilal Tahir Khan, the power hitter, they all are deserving in their own regard. But that's the one player I will frankly pinpoint.
The weather conditions in the GCC countries are very similar. What about the pitches? Do you feel that your players will be able to adjust to UAE pitch as well? Are they similar to back home?
Yeah, I think that's one advantage we have of partnering with the UAE because the pitches and the ground conditions and the atmosphere is very similar. Generally, we do get batting wickets. But we have seen in the Dubai Stadium in the recent past, they do get a bit slow and the ball grips, and that's something similar we have because we haven't got many grounds. So when you play excessive cricket on one ground that we do, the ball does grip and spin. So it's very similar. But I think in terms of the outfield, they will have more, I think, reward for their shots compared to what we may have back home in Kuwait.
I would like to ask you this question that ILT20 is the second biggest league in the world right now.
Yeah.
And the Kuwait cricketers got their hands to play and perform in this league. So which next league do you see is the next big step for Kuwait cricketers and they must be eyeing to be part of it?
I think for any cricketer at the moment around the world, it is the Indian Premier League that always stands tall in terms of the opportunities that it provides. And I think some of our players will always be dreaming about that. But I think DP World ILT20 in itself is absolutely massive for them, and it's a great brand to be a part of. And from here on, whether it's the Big Bash or the IPL or the Caribbean Premier League or the Bangla Premier League or the PSL, wherever our players go, it's a moment of pride for us. How do I rate the ILT20 League? I will rate it right up there. I think considering the franchisees that we have here, the MI Emirates, the Knight Riders, the Dubai Capitals, the Warriors, the Vipers, and the Gulf Giants, almost more than half of them are already part of the IPL. So you can't complain. It's absolutely right up there.
which franchise is your
शाहरुख खान अबू धाबी नाइट राइडर्स।
आगे भी ऐसे वीडियोस को देखने के लिए हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और वीडियो को लाइक और शेयर करना ना भूलें।